Good Wednesday morning to you. I'm Eastern PA Weather 30 meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and this is your outlook for July 30th, 2014. And we're starting off with today's overview to Wednesday. Unlike Tuesday, we had a little bit of clouds that were in the area here, and that was we had some cold air vectoring aloft here that allowed some skies to, in some areas, to be mostly cloudy as opposed to mostly sunny on Tuesday. But I don't think that's going to be the case today, as we're getting into, we should have a much more of an abundance of sunshine and just a few puffy fair weather cumulus clouds around this afternoon. So we will have high pressure to our south here, closer to the area here, where temperatures are going to be a couple degrees warmer than they were on Tuesday, but still not much more, maybe two degrees or so higher than it was on Tuesday. This high pressure is going to move, continue eastward here, and it's going to merge with a high pressure system that's sitting off the Atlantic here. By the way, this is the cold front that moved through on Monday, and it's still kind of hanging around back here. And this is going to be an important player in our forecast, we think, over the next couple of days. Actually, next couple of days will be fine, but once we get into the weekend, it's going to create some problems here with our forecasters and forecast around across the board. And we'll show you that here in a second, what we're talking about. Okay, we're going to move a little bit forward here, and let me get this off to the right image here first. There's a system is going to stay north to our northwest. There's some showers and thunderstorms that will not be affecting our area. We don't think high pressure, it's going to fall apart as it does so. So this is Wednesday night. You see nothing left of that. High pressure here is going to start moving offshore here at this point, and it's going to set up southeast of us. So because it's doing that, and the position of that high pressure is going to allow a return flow to come around it. And winds are going to start shifting to the south and eventually the southwest as we get in later in the week. And because it's doing that, we're going to increase some thunderstorm chances here as we get into the day on Friday. I think Thursday's okay. Thursday's going to be one of those days that you just maybe have an isolated shower or thunderstorm for areas to the northwest here, and that's shown here. So maybe across northeast PA, I could see maybe a 30% chance of an isolated shower or even a thunderstorm. But that everywhere else should be just fine and rain-free. As you get into Friday, however, we're going to get into a more scattered chance of showers and thunderstorms, we think. Now, here's the deal with this. The verdict's still out on this. Some of the models are in agreement with Friday, so much. Case in point, this is the NAM model, North American Mesoscale, for the same time frame. And you can see just some isolated showers and storms up in our northwest areas. Not really that impressed with any kind of precipitation further southeast. So I do think anything that happens on Friday will be mainly north and west of I-95, but how far northwest of I-95 is still in question. And some models are putting that, pretty far northwest of I-95, mainly across central PA up in northeast PA. If it stays up there, that'll be good for the areas folks going to Music Fest for the opener on Friday, and this is why we're a little bit more concerned than normal with this system. Now, one thing we were talking about was this frontal boundary that's still going to be hanging around here. There's the same one that moved through on Monday. It is now retrograding back to the northwest as a warm front, and depending on how close this thing gets, is still in question, and how we're expecting to back up toward the Delaware and New Jersey coastline, but does it get all the way up to the coastline, or does it stay further southeast? There's still some questions with that. The models are not in agreement with that, and they're also not in agreement with an area of low pressure that's going to be forming along this front here, or at least the models are projecting it to. So a area of low pressure is expected to move across this, traverse this frontal boundary from southwest to northeast. But if it's further enough, that if the frontal boundary is all the way down here, obviously it won't really affect too many people here, except maybe across southern New Jersey and the coastal section of New Jersey. But if this frontal boundary is further north and its low pressure is moving along it as that front is further north, we'll have more showers and thunderstorms across the interior on Saturday. And see, some of the models are doing something different with this, and there's a very bad handling, a very bad spread between the model guidance here. What it does with this low pressure. This is actually looking at Saturday morning here. There's a difference of opinion here between Saturday and Sunday morning about showers and thunderstorms and who gets what. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see as we get a little bit closer and narrow that down when we get there. Right now, the weekend is very iffy, and we can't really make heads or tails of it because there's so much of it, about 24-hour difference between the model guidance right now and the spread of how, number one, how far does this this front that's offshore here, how far north does it get? This is the same stall front that came through Monday, and it's going to retrograde northwest. We do know that. How far close does it get to the coastline here of Delaware, New Jersey? And if it stays a little bit further south, and then low pressure moving along it, is it going to move along it earlier, or is it going to do it later? We don't know. So right now we're either Saturday or Sunday will be a not very good day. We just don't know which one yet. We're still waiting to narrow that down to take a little bit closer. So just bear with us in the next couple of days. We hope the models will sort these things out and we'll get a better handle on it. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and that is your outlook for July 30th, 2014. Have a great Wednesday.